Hallo en welkom by nog 'n episode van 'n reis met Mia. Die Noord-Gautengse Hooggeregshof het gister beslis dat die Aarto-wetgewing of die sogenaamde strafpuntestelsel vir verkeersoortredings in Suid-Afrika ongrondwetlik is en het ongeldig verklaar. Nou as jy ooit gewonder het wat kan gebeur as samelewing saamstaan om teen iets op te staan, sê dit vir jou die perfekte voorbeeld. Ek gesels graag met Wayne Duvenage. Hy is die hoof van OUTA, die organisasie wat hierdie kwessie hof toe gevat het.
It spells out that a government cannot, at a national level, usurp the powers of local government. There are very clear executive responsibilities and structures between national and local government. And when one starts to interfere with the other, it becomes unconstitutional, unless there's a clear understanding and a workable solution that is agreed to and introduced through both levels. But that's not the case in this regard. So the judgment was very clear in that, and because they were trying to do that, they were creating a big mess for municipalities and how to manage road traffic violations at a local government.
What exactly was the idea behind Aarto, and why have you guys been fighting against it for so long?
Well, the notion of Aarto is not necessarily wrong. Trying to introduce a national demerit points system, it does have merits. It works in some countries, and what it means is that, you know, if you're in one province or one city and you are accumulating negative points, and as you start out with 12, and if you are a bad driver and a reckless driver and you drive drunk and speed, you know, you need to be taken off the roads, and you get warnings, and you lose points. Eventually you lose your license. It works well in environments and countries where your administrative processes are in place and very strong. So for instance, your vehicle registry system in those countries make it very difficult for you to clone a number plate, for instance, or to not get your notifications for license renewals and that, because your information is always updated.
Yes.
They've got administration systems in place that make sure their vehicle registry system is up to date. Ours isn't. Ours is about 50% correct. The addresses are never updated in the NATA system, and it also relies on a very good postal system. Remember, not everybody is online and linked up, especially in South Africa, where a lot of the poor who also own cars and drive vehicles are not linked to the internet. So you have to have a good postal system, and that's not the case in South Africa. So when your administrative support systems are weak, your attempt to introduce a demerit point system is going to be flawed, and that's the crux of the matter here.
What exactly does this mean for the man on the street as we stand now after the judgment?
Well, nothing different, because you still shouldn't drive recklessly, and that you will still get traffic fines. But what it does mean for the administration is that municipalities will continue to manage their own traffic fines and their traffic violations and holding people to account, as opposed to a national road traffic infringement agency, which, by the way, was really going to make a lot of money out of this, and it was all about the money and not about road safety. What we believe should be happening is that if the government is serious about addressing the road carnage, they need to get visible policing, very good, honest, hardworking visible policing, to ensure that unroadworthy vehicles are removed from the roads, unlicensed people are fined and held accountable, and unlicensed cars are dealt with through their owners. And that's what visible policing does. Slapping up a lot of cameras and fining people and trying to administer these fines to a national system doesn't address road safety at all.
I think the most obvious question is does this help in the fight against the e-tolls? Does it give a bit hope?
Well, the e-toll, they tried to fudge the e-toll accountability process and enforcement through Aarto, by the way, at one stage, but e-tolls is dead and gone. They just need to make the decision. I think they have acknowledged that e-tolls is unworkable, and they cannot enforce it anymore. So yeah, that was one of the small elements in Aarto, but that's been thrown out already. It was never going to work. But of course, this judgment makes that argument, if they ever wanted to resurge or give birth to e-tolls again, that they're going to have a tough time if Aarto doesn't work.
Theuns van Solidariteit se kant af reaksie op gister se hofuitspraak oor Aarto.
Ja, ons is baie bly dat die hofuitspraak gelewer is in die organisasies vir die aansoek vir net se guns, want die uiteindelike resultaat as 'n oortreding teen jou sou wees, sou net wees dat jy dan nou geen manier het om dit te beveg tot heel op die einde na jy basis klaar betaal het nie, en dit dryf in teen alle beginsels van reg en geregtigheid. So ons is baie bly daaroor, en ons is veral bly daaroor dat hoe meer die regering verval en hoe meer die regering probeer om ons te misbruik, hoe meer kom daar organisasies en mense op, en dat ons nie alleen staan in hierdie tipe gevegte nie, en dat dit dan ook die weg baan vir ons om in hierdie jaar wat kom ook groot dinge te doen, soos een waarby ek betrokke is en wat ook met hierdie verkeer verband hou, is die deregulering van die petrolprys, en vir elkeen van ons ook goedkoper petrol te kry in die komende jaar, dat die regering ook sy mag wat hy het as alleen besluitnemer oor brandstofpryse, dat daai mag verbreek word, dat ons as mense van Suid-Afrika die mag kan terugvat, soos wat burgerlike organisasies pas gedoen het in hierdie geval.